Hello everybody, and welcome to another episode of Better Know a Highway, here on Virtual Road Trip, a series where we take a closer look at the interstates and highways that cross this vast country of ours. Interstate 68 is one of the shorter highways in the country, so I'm going to keep this intro short. And just remind you to please like and subscribe, check out the VRT Discord, link is in the description below, and if you want to support this channel, you can join as a member by clicking the join button below. And with that out of the way, sit back and let's get started. Interstate 68 is a relatively short east-west running highway in the Appalachian region of the U.S. It runs for 113 miles through just 2 states. Many of the eastern parts of I-68 began as sections of one of the very first highways in the nation, the National Road, also known as the Cumberland Road. Eventually, much of this highway was designated as U.S. Route 40, which of course still exists today, and runs concurrent with I-68 for more than half of the interstate's total length. Starting at the eastern end, I-68 begins in the state of Maryland, where it has its longest course of 81 miles. The terminus of I-68 is at a T-junction with the long-running I-70, just north of the city of Hancock. 70, approaching from the east, takes a sharp turn to the north in this area, and I-68 allows drivers to continue on a western course. Leaving the Hancock area while staying close to the northern state border, 68 heads deeper into the ridges and valleys of the Appalachian Range. Fun fact, this section of Maryland is actually the narrowest part of any U.S. state, border to border at just 1.8 miles in width. A short distance to the west, I-68 meets Sidling Hill, the same ridge that houses the well-known abandoned Sidling Hill Tunnel to the north, which was formerly part of Interstate 76 and the Pennsylvania Turnpike. Here, 68 cuts through the hill instead of going under it, and crosses in a long gradual curve. Oh hey, that looks familiar. Continuing west, 68 winds through the heavily forested hills, many within protected state-owned areas, while also staying well north of the Potomac River and continuing its long concurrency with US Route 40. Eventually, after some distance, 68 will reach its most significant settlement, the city of Cumberland, Maryland. The highway cuts directly through the city, having one major exit with downtown. After entering the area from the northeast and turning west, 68 then skirts the shore of the northern branch of the Potomac, the river the city sits on, while also crossing Wills Creek just north of the confluence. It then continues west through suburban neighborhoods and cutting through another ridge on the western side of the city. Now back into the woods of the Appalachians, 68 traverses the extreme western end of Maryland. Although there are only smaller towns in this area, 68 does have 2 significant junctions. The first with US Route 219, which then runs concurrently for slightly less than 10 miles, to a second intersection where US 219 leaves, heading to the south, and US 40 finally splits off by itself, heading to the north, and leaving I-68 on its own for the first time. Then, after passing the town of Friendsville, I-68 finally reaches the state border and enters West Virginia. 68 makes its way through its only other state for just 32 miles, in an east-west direction with a slight turn towards the south. Passing many small towns in the northeast corner of West Virginia, 68 winds through more narrow valleys and state forests, having junctions with several local and state routes along the way. Eventually, the highway reaches and crosses the impounded Cheat River, known in this area as Cheat Lake. A turn to the southwest soon after follows, and 68 begins traversing more populated terrain as it enters the Morgantown metro area. First, passing the local airport, then staying generally to the southwest of the city itself. Once south of Morgantown, I-68 makes one final turn to the west before terminating at a junction with the north-south running I-79, just a few miles from the Monongahela River, thus ending its modest 113-mile run. And that will do it for this shorter episode of Better Know a Highway. I still hope you enjoyed though and learned something along the way, as always. Before you go, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. Make sure to check out the VRT Discord, link will be in the description below, and I hope to see you there. And if you want to support this channel for just $3 a month, you can join as a member by clicking the join button below. And a quick shout out to our members. Thank you for everything you do. You help make this channel possible. And with that out of the way, make sure you enjoy the ride. And up next, Interstate 65. And I'll see you then.